gada naye tuli naye wano. So yaleko
kale mzee wangu
ogamba otya
mwe tuli
tebatutomera
tediko Shalom leo
kyaba jangu yembeera nga bweyimiridde olunaku olwaleero nga tulinda ekyaka okubeera ng'atuuka. Shalom sooka ojjeko katini wano naye tunula bulungi tunula ng'ataliiwo oli otya obulamu saawa zino lowooza omulaba ejaganaati
yoyabiddeko ku bantu
baasi so yeye mbeera nga betambudde olunaku olwaleero. So kati omukulu atuuse olunaku olwaleero
twabeererawo munne kitegeera we kyetaagisiza naye katusabe nnyo tulabe nti akola ki kyafaayo.
abantu beebuzizo ze n'endagamu
nze baali bansiba neyajja nayo sekibuuzo naye abaliwo tumala
kati awo we bakubuuza nti we batebajja nayo gw'onoonya ki?
tewali buzibu
ate tewali buzibu otya ojja kujja nayo olunaku
Tangule bannaye. Give us way. Bana isaidi walimu tubateeka muve yao. Let's move. Yawabira kandi Frank. Yawabira wali comprenant. Mr. Nsibuka Haruna, Mr. Michael Sekandi, and Mr. Suna Zakaria. Until when the prosecution has proved its case, to the satisfaction of court and beyond reasonable doubt, on the basis of presumption of innocence, Your Worship, I pray that the accused person be granted bail there is a certain uncertainty as regards when the trial will commence, Your Worship, the accused person has a fixed place of abode. That is
Lusaka village, Machinde division, Kampala. He is a journalist. He is 34 years old. His phone number is 0701 87 09 59. Your Worship, on the court record there is an introduction letter from the local council where the accused person resides. Your Worship, there are 3 sureties who are to be presented by my learned friend Sibuka Haruna.
I need to leave this honorable court, Your Honor. I'm going to present a surety, worship, Your Worship, the surety is 856. Resident of Lusaka village. His name? Assyrian Ali. Worship is page 56. The resident of Lusaka village. Actually, one. Actually, about council division. The accused person is an electorate and a long time. Worship. It is the mayor. Matching division by council. Where the court has issued his telephone number. Your Worship, covers Moses with a post page 56. It's a resident of Neva. It is a brand that is person. It's a businessman owning a bar. Chideva. The telephone number.
What's the name of this bar?
worship will stop praying.
But the discretion is supposed to be exercised to succeed. The court has to take into consideration whether you want to fail the public interest. Whether the public interest also demands that this person be released on bail. Once we talk about the offense with which the accused or applicant is charged with, it is bailable. Yes, it is bailable, but it is also serious in nature. And that one has been read and it is known. It is a serious offense which affects actually. It can even affect the entire country. It affects the public. Much as it is to innocent. I'm not contending that it is already guilty, but that's the fact. The council also cited the uncertainty as to when this matter will be tried as one of the grounds that the applicant should be granted bail. Yes, I wish to remind the council that when the accused person appeared in court, we already informed the court that the inquiry is complete. This matter was not fixed for hearing, basically because we were out of time, and today it was fixed for bail application. Counsel for the accused person tried to apply for bail, but due to time, it was deferred. Today, that does not mean that the inquiries are incomplete. Prosecution is actually ready to proceed with this matter and have it handled expeditiously. So that one should not be a factor for the applicant to be granted bail. The council also stated before the Senate court that the applicant has a fixed place of abode. I wish to inform courts that this applicant, when he appeared before the police officer, the first thing is to establish his place of residence. And he stated that it's a resident of Chanja, that is in Nalukoola prison, captured in the charge sheet. And that one was his first full particulars, and also gave this form contract in regard to that. But today, council has come up with another contradicting information in regard to the resident of the applicant, saying that the applicant is a resident of Lusaka village. Urban Council, in marking division, different division now from Nakawa to working because I don't know when he shifted, but now he's in marking division. So also these are not raised issue of doubt as to whether the applicant has fixed place of abode. Is doubt created by the applicant himself or the lawyer. But the fact remains that applicant's fixed place of abode is in doubt. I pray that person take into consideration that when granted bail, then the first surety for the applicant is said to be the mayor of this division. A mayor is somebody who owns duty to his subjects. Being it the complainant, being it an accused person, the mayor owns duty for them as their mayor. So there is a conflict of interest. Mayor, as a surety, may fail to discharge his obligation because his interest will conflict. He has the complainant who are also his subject. The accused person also is a subject to mayor. Mayor is the head. In local, we even say the mayor is the president of that division. Local people conceive it in that way. So the interest of the mayor will conflict. You can't say let me support the accused side. Go the other one. They are also yours. How will you handle it being the mayor of the division? That's the issue to be taken into consideration. In that circumstance, I pray that the mayor should be found not substantial. It's not that's a duty for an accused person. Reason being, you also own duty for the others who are at the side of the complainant. It will conflict. Then the two sureties must be handled by an accused person. These are the sureties that the person introduced them, but they are just friends. They are friends. So in an event, yes. But the third surety is a friend. That's a friend. As I have mentioned. So in the event, the accused person happen to jump court bail. May fail to discharge his duty as a suit which the counsel for the accused person informed the honorable court that they were being taught of their duties as a surety. But to me, you may fail to discharge. It's a duty in here. A friend may not be able to praise the accused person on the event that he person runs to the village. How will he praise the accused person? You may fail. That's a friend in the city. You will fail. So on that ground also, and for the interest of justice, it's my humble prayer that this bail is denied, the matter is fit for hearing, and it's handled expeditiously, and his faith is determined. If he is found innocent, found guilty, the faith is determined. I so pray also.
Briefly rejoin your worship. We have not contradicted the prosecution as regards whether the inquiries are complete. What we have stated, your worship, is that we are uncertain as regards when the trial will commence. We are also uncertain as regards when this matter will be concluded. Why should he be kept in jail when there is a possibility of him being found to be innocent? And indeed he pleaded not guilty. My land sister for the prosecution has submitted to the effect that there is a contradiction as regards the residence of the applicant before you. But there is a requirement under the bail guidelines that every applicant should have an introduction letter as regards to his residence. The framers of those directions were aware that the prosecution normally indicates on the charge sheet the residence of the accused person. Why would it be required again for one to have an introduction letter? The accused person is at liberty to contradict the findings of the prosecution. Worship, on the court record, there is a letter by the local council authority confirming the residence of the accused person. And that residence is within your jurisdiction, Your Worship. Being Lusaka village in Machinda division, Kampala. The charge sheet, my sister would have objected, saying that they have not produced an introduction letter from local council authority. The information on the charge sheet, Your Worship, is a subject of scrutiny by this court. And that will come at trial, Your Worship. And that is information from the prosecution, not the accused person. Your Worship, the prosecution has as well confirmed that our client is a resident of Machinda. When she raised an objection against the mayor, Ali, being the surety, one of the sureties, saying that he will contradict his interest in regard to the mayor having a challenge of contradicting interest. Your Worship, my land sister for the prosecution has not cited any connection between the mayor and the case before you. Is not one of the witnesses or potential witnesses. And Your Worship, the accused person is still innocent. There is presumption of innocence which he enjoys. Should the mayor be judgmental at this stage that this person is likely to be found guilty at this stage? My land sister is stretching beyond the limits. I invite you to reject that objection. Lastly, Your Worship, my land sister for the prosecution has stated that a friend, being a surety, that he may not execute the duty. That is speculative, Your Worship. There is no proof in that regard, Your Worship. He's saying he's likely, he may not, but that is speculative, Your Worship. And Your Worship, the court should not rely on such baseless objection to deny the accused person bail. Where the law does not define the relationship, which kind of relationship that must exist for one to be a substantial surety. In our practice, Your Worship, friends have been standing as sureties for accused persons. In that regard, Your Worship, I invite you to invoke your powers as provided for under Section 76 of the Magistrate Courts Act and grant that bail. We so pray, Your Worship.
Person is charged with two bailable offences. The charges is presumed innocent until he voluntarily pleads guilty to the charges or until he is found guilty by a court of competent jurisdiction. It is this presumption of innocence that gives the accused person the right to apply for bail. But like it has been stated by the state attorney, it is the position of the law that to grant or deny of this bail is at the discretion of the court, which discretion court must exercise judiciously, that is to say fairly and reasonably. The state objections relate the fixed place of abode for the accused person. The argument is that the accused person informed police officers that she is a resident of Chanja, which is in Nakawa division, and would be a conflict of interest because it's both the complainant and the accused, the person. The other objection relates to the third surety being a mere friend, that he may not be in position to execute the duties of the sureties. Consider the arguments made with rejoinder. The first of all, the requirement of the accused person presenting an introduction letter from the area LC1 where he resides was brought by the bail guidelines. And I want to agree with counsel for the applicant that the substantial this court is of the view that the accused person should be granted bail as I hereby do. The accused person is granted bail. These are the terms. It's granted bail in the following terms. It's going to execute a cash bond of 500,000 Ghana shillings. The accused shall execute a cash bond of 500,000 Ghana shillings. Each of the sureties presented shall execute a non-cash bond of 5 million. This is non-cash 5 million Uganda shillings. This matter is accordingly adjourned to 2nd of October. 2nd of October and shall be called at 10. 2nd of October at 10 a.m.
Funso oluzungu munda awo.
Munanga akazungu ako kakulu eyewaaba abantu abakulu abo tebawulira lulimi luno lulala.
Nyenzo owulira otandise n'olwo yonna kati omuntu abeera eri ne ngamba ekiduka kitabuse. Sebo tweyanze nnyo tweyanze.
Amina.
Kati bamaliriza batya okuggyako kino ekyomuwa bbeeyi.
Omulamuzi akkiriza nti omuntu waffe asaanye okufuna bbeeyi addeyo eka jjajjanga okuva ng'akola emirimu gye ng'ajja mu kkooti. Akkiriza nti abantu be tuleese beebo banywevu n'obwo obusongasonga bali be babadde baleeta abumementudde n'abulaba nga temuli nnyuusa n'agamba nti omuntu waffe asasuleyo emitwalo 50 egya buliwo ate na buli amweyimiridde alisasula emiliyoni za Uganda 5 singa walibeerawo obutagoberera biragiro bye oba ono okulemererwa okudda mu kkooti. Naye sirabawo nsonga lwaki ayinza okugaana okudda mu kkooti ku busango obunafu obwo obujweteke bwe tugenda okumementula. Nabwe kityo buli abadde yeeraliikirira bwereere. Mukulu Ntambi agenda kuddayo eka ate n'obwo obusango tujja bumementula nga bwekyogedde.
Kati omusango ogenda guyimiriramu paka lasti.
Ate omutawaana guli ludda okuggyako nga banzigyeko ebiragiro. Naye bwe mba nkyalina instruction kiri eri Ntambi avunaanwa okusigala nga tutambula. Naye bwaŋŋamba lekeraawo songerako wali. Mwebale nnyo mwebalire ddala.
Yes, embeera bwetyo bweri olunaku olwaleero wetwogereranga omukulu the juggernaut, the orange cat, bamuwadde bbeeru. Abamu ku babaddewo muganda waffe Sakozi era atuuse leeti ajjidde mu hybrid ye ng'avuga atwagala okubakagamuka mukubiri. Ani oyo alina essimu enkadde ne batubonyaabonya emisana n'ekiro.
Tubalamusizaako mwenna abatulaba Kasuku live mwebale nnyo mwebale ddala ne bannamawulire mwenna banaye mwebale nnyo full force mwebale nnyo okujja kubeererawo Ntambi wano ku Kooti. Kyamukisa mulungi muganda banamuwadde era nga tuli basanyufu nnyo okubeera nga tubaddewo bulungi Kasuku webale nnyo webalire ddala era nga buli kimu alhamdulillah kitambula bulungi banaye mwebale nnyo mwebale ddala tuli just happy. Just tewali nnyo kyamaanyi tuyinza kugamba abantu naye nga lekera okunzigyongera abasajja banzamba ekiro.
Waliwo eyaŋŋambye mbu kati Kasuku waki olumba Sakozi ne muga nnyoko n'abeera akakitege naye nga Haji salamu alaikum. Omukulu yaŋŋamba akantu akasoosa wo oluba okufuluma ati era mugende ku Flavia ki akaagala ewuwo
akaagala wa Ntambi. Ntambi na story y'abakazi mukomera.
Flavia alindeko kati alindemu kati. So Ntambi mujamba mula ku Gossip Live ye interview jajjo soko kola era mubeere nga essaawa yonna munoonya
soka webaze bannamawulire batubeereddewo bangi.
Babloga abamawulire batini.
Babloga be baliwo.
Yes.
Alright. Ono bameta Bone
mumanyi ono Masavu.
Masavu
munnange
akusinga.
Ansingako. Kale tweyanze ge tukyatambula twebuuza tugenda kulaba kubamu ku bantu abazze ate Juggernaut Luyimbazi bulijjo osinga Zubedo obuwamba.
Bulijjo mumpi.
Ono Zubedo abakusinga obuwamba
naye bakugulako omusango nga naye tupima okutu.
So mbeera eri etya kati?
Embeera kati taratibu katemfe agenze Juggernaut nakwata mu face ebyenda bina nebikoteresa nebinkwata katenzi niko omwana gwesirina.
Ogambye nti wasibye omusulo wadde wakugufuka nga avuddeyo. kati ogenda fuka
naye kati ndinda amale fulumaawo
olyoka ofuke
ofukiraawo oba ng'omenye ennono
akasoke njogere ne Dr. Kwefu ono wano yesewo Dr. Kwefu okuta
ekyo nakyakituuseeko kakiwedde omanyi abasajja ebizibu obusanga abasajja era buli bwobewaka mubamu ebintu byosuubira omutalina okuddawo olimu oba okuga okusibira bya abasajja so kati ekyo nakyo baba badde nakituukangako ekyakituuseeko kati obeera tokyalina kyokugisa kisa nakyo yasi buli omu kuliflectinga eyasibye oliflectinga n'ogamba then ne gwe baasibye era ne tufunamu lesonsi naffe abasigadde ebweru n'abakyali munda buli omu kufuna lesonsi nga tumuvinga kati ekyo Ntambi akituuseeko kuba talina bw'obeera olyawo mu mbeera yonna ebizibu by'abasajja so kati katulinde
namukasanga obadde tonalabikako mu musango guno
nedda bambi mbadde mulwadde
kitu anti kyetwagala onnyonnyole tewali
mulwadde naye era bwe nasunseemu mbadde nina okujja ku lwatanga ate n'ekirala ebyatandise okwogerwa Kasuku oleese yeekulu bonna mukasa yeegatta ne Jeefu basiba Ntambi sisobola zisiba Ntambi muganda wange twayogerezeganya ne Jeefu n'agamba mundeke era n'aŋŋamba boddamu okubimbuuza ajja kubulookinga ne twogera ne Bat twamiitinga Jeefu ne Bat Bade omwami n'agaana naffe ne tuva mu musango so nze sirina buvunaanyizibwa kusibwa kwa Ntambi kwabaddeko twayogera n'omusajja n'agaana
ng'olabika bulungi namukasa
mwami Lubeganda
leeta akantu
wabula sinikira muli ebyo yes kamala okubuuza ku bakyala bano hallo hawaii ono ye Kando oli Kataleya that is chunozo katusooka tumaliriza abaana bano abalungi namukasa zino buloti kutali nkaayana asooka oveemu okirabye So how are you? You're good? Kinawesiza okulaba abayimbi nga mukedde leero mukeera so muza kusoidaite ya Ntambi
twali twakakola naye interview ng'ebitinabatuukawo sajja tunatwetondera bambi yali yatwokya nga yatesaamu kegali mabe
tugende mu maaso ebyo byaggwa
musajja wattu bambi yali yeetonda ne tutula bulungi ne tunyumya bulungi ne twogera nga tulaga twagaliza nze tweddira kimu n'Entambi
oli wanjovu bambi
so musajja wattu ne tubadde tulina okujja tumubeerere teri muntu akwagaliza komera akwagaliza kimu komera bbiri omuntu yena asobola okukola ekintu kyonna naye komera si bulungi bannaaye ate
the good news I have for you Alan Okero yagamba akwepikira gwe Kataleya era ne muga nti benna akusanga njatuusa obubaka are you open to going on a date with him? So that is Kataleya and Kando nabo bazze olunaku olwaleero okubeerawo nga muganda waffe the Juggernaut ffenna tuyimirira naye in solidarity okulaba nti ate bamuta tulina ne pulezidenti waffe owa Ndoja President